so-called flying saucers.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the SA. It's rotating.
Welcome to Killer Stigma. Yo guys, so listen. I was watching this show on Netflix. It's called Squid Game. So I was thinking, I'm gonna pretend, because I'm a little strange, I think, that I'm gonna pretend that if I don't get 4 balls in right away, in a row, that's it, I lose the game. So, y'all wish me luck. Hold on. Whatever. I was gonna say, if I don't get one at the break, it doesn't count. I mean, after the break. And I scratched. But it doesn't matter. All right, guys, that's it. Like, if I don't get this in, I'm in trouble. One, 2. No! 3. All right, hold on. I still haven't missed a shot. That's not what the game said. I need to get 4 balls in a row. 3. 4. I'm alive, guys. I made it. Should I keep going? I missed, but I survived. All right, guys, now let's go to my opinion. Welcome to Kill the Stigma. If we could only have one real first-hand witness, one person that saw the retrieval operation, if we could only have that. You know, I've heard that before, a lot. And as soon as we get that, I'm a little bit frustrated. I'm frustrated because I'm able to see the big picture and how it affects the future of this topic. I've always said ufology is its own worst enemy. People want evidence. And I honestly don't think that it's possible to get evidence. Because even if you give it, it's gonna be very controversial. And people are terrified of giving their honest opinion. I mean, I've been hearing voices that are influential and they're just trashing this story. And I'm like, bro, like, is that what you really think? Or is that where you're going because you're too scared to give your opinion? Because it's usually like the people I'm talking about, pro-disclosure people. Now, it is true that there was some hype around this topic, around the incident with Jake, the special operations guy that came out on News Nation, and that there was going to be a video of it, but there is a video of this egg-shaped UFO. And guys, keep in mind, the egg UFO is something that's been reported throughout history with the Socorro 1964 incident. There was this guy on Richard Dolan, Adam Levine. He had an incident in 1977, I believe, or 1979, where he saw this egg UFO. Now, that case is not as well documented as the Socorro, but I'm just saying there's allegations of these egg UFO things. I got a friend of mine, Wes Decker. He took a picture of an egg UFO. So like, You know, it's not a one-off, right? So I'm a little bit frustrated because it's like seeing the Democratic Party go woke or the Republican Party go MAGA. For me, who's in the middle, right down the middle, poster child from the middle, so disappointing, so disappointing. And you can see the future, right? How it'll affect the future. And it's like when I'm talking to a friend of mine who's about to get married with a woman he just met a month ago and he thinks he's in love. I'm like, snap out of it, man. Like, you don't understand. Can't you see this decision is going to affect the rest of your life, and that you're like in this, you're just acting right now without like thinking things through? And this is such a complicated topic with UFOs. Like, because look, I was listening to James Fox. He's like, oh, I'm going to get video of that Virginia alien. I'm like, bro, don't do that. And he was willing to pay for it. I'm like, dude, there's, please don't. So, the more the evidence, the more controversy. And I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what the solution is. People want disclosure. People want the truth, right? But everybody's so entitled to their opinions, and they think this is the way it is. And it's hard to convince them otherwise. You got people, debunkers, they don't matter anymore, honestly, because they do a good job with debunking videos. But like, at the end of the day, there is something to this topic. And back in the day, debunkers had a way bigger voice. Not anymore, man. To me, not anymore. It's obvious that there's something going on. And in my opinion, some of it is non-human intelligence or time travelers, ultra-terrestrial, non-human intelligence, right? Whatever, man. Something ahead of humans, more intelligent than humans. And the data says that. And now, here's the thing. To me, that's the biggest story of all time, period, right? With that being said, there's also a category of people that don't care. They just want to live their life. They got children. They got to take their kids to school. They got to pay the bills. And they just want to make money and live life and provide. And like, this topic's a rabbit hole. And at the end of the day, for them, as long as it doesn't affect my daily life, I don't care. But if you're part of that group, you should know that the government has been lying to you. And if you're American, taking your tax money. And even if you're in other countries, guess what? They go over there all the time to retrieve crashes, or they allegedly, if this has happened, and do whatever the hell they want with your government. Like Virginia, Brazil, is a great example. Mexico, there's a few cases there that also, same thing. So I think this topic is the most important topic in history, and it's made to look silly. It's been made to, ridicule it. And guess what? That has worked pretty well. But at the end of the day, as Stephen Greenstreet says, you got duped, bro. No, man. You got duped. You got duped, and here's why. Can't you just see the shady behavior of the U.S. government when it comes to this topic? Like, you really can't see that if you take an honest look at this? And if you can't, you're either blind, don't want to know, which is fine. That's fine. If you don't want to know, that's fine. Or you're stupid. So, I don't know what the solution is, guys, but videos are not going to do it. They're not. They're just going to create more controversy. So, what is the solution, actually? Time. Listen, guys, I'm 36 years old. I don't know if I'm going to get any answers. While I'm alive, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get them. And that's okay. That's okay. Because if I'm like expecting that I'm going to get the truth and all that, I'm just going to go crazy. That's okay. But we learn as we go. We learn as we go. This story of Jake and the other special operations guy will evolve and we'll have more evidence as it goes. And I guarantee it's legit. Guarantee it. There's so many interesting things he said. From psionics to the Skywatch, some sort of dogfight. What's that about? A dogfight? Let's just say for a moment, let's just pretend that that's true. If that's true, what the hell is going on? Why is there a dogfight? My hypothesis is that non-human intelligence is here, and that guys, it's so difficult. I hate saying claims without evidence, but the truth is in the pudding too, because I mean, the Senator Chuck Schumer Disclosure Act, they mentioned that like over 20 times, right? Do you think Senator Chuck Schumer is gonna just write something like that for he just got drunk one night and just legislate? Bro, come on, man. Come on. That's silly. Especially a conservative senator like himself. And I do think a part of him might have almost regretted that, but like, I don't know, it still happened. Anyway, ufology is its own worst enemy. And we gotta freaking put our egos aside and like work together, man. Like, why is that so difficult? I get it. No, I do. But like I said, this is like seeing the Democratic Party go woke and MAGA, and the Republicans go MAGA for me. Like, and guys, if you guys are either of those parties, I mean, no offense. To me, I just see it as toxic, very toxic. So the only thing that's going to change is time, and it's already changing. Look, UFOs before 2017 were super fringe. Slowly but surely, people are noticing it. But it's still a very small percentage of people, but it grows every day. So when I get to be 60, 70 years old, I expect this to be more accepted, right? Because the truth is that we have more documentation now. We got the freaking all-domain anomaly resolution office, which they suck. But you know what? That guy, the director, the new one, told James Fox, bro, my hands are tied. I can't tell you the truth. There's a freaking cover-up, in other words, and I can't do anything about it. UAP videos are never gonna do the trick. Never. Alien videos, worse. Worse. Bro, you can show me a body right now. We can go to the hill with a body and people are not gonna believe it. They're not. So, what the hell are we doing here, man? Like this little dance of going very subtle. And what about the woo and the weirdness? Because you know this topic's gonna end weird. If you've researched it, you know it's gonna end weird. So how do we cross that line? How do we do it? Do we do it? Or do we stay nuts and bolts and just go by scientific evidence? If so, it's gonna be such a slow process. But that's the correct way to do it, right? My concern is that I don't have time for that. Like, I like looking at UAP from a counterintelligence kind of way. Like, and that by that I mean, like, I don't have time for scientific evidence. Like, I need to figure out what the hell is going on now and take a look at the data and make my opinions. Because if I wait for scientific evidence, like, dude, I don't even know if I'm gonna get that while I'm alive. And here's why. Because especially when you go into the woo and the strange stuff, you need scientists hold each other to very high standards, and rightfully so. That's how good science is done. But when you have an advanced civilization, possibly God knows how many years, thousands, I don't really know, man. You gotta understand that this is gonna complicate things a lot. And the standards of human standards, it's all gonna change, man. It's all gonna change, because how do you go about proving that? So it's something that's ahead of you that could be 10 steps ahead. You're doing a freaking experiment trying to study UAP, and guess what? You invest all these thousands of dollars into some sensor. It's possibly millions, who knows, man? You go take a video or whatever, you get data, and guess what? Your electronics don't work. They stop working. Or like something happens, your battery dies. You know, you try to get a drone up there to look at it, boom, drone doesn't work. Can you imagine how frustrating that would be for somebody who's invested money? Do you think that's possible? I think it happens. I think that happens all the time. Back to the dogfight. I want to pretend like, or entertain that thought for a minute, because my theory has been that this is different intelligences with different agendas. And what are those agendas, right? We got like anomalous crop circles, freaking messages like something's trying to reach out to us and guide us in a way, right? But in a way where it's very covert, like it's like interested in us and trying to guide us, but like it doesn't want to show itself completely. It wants to remain mysterious. And then you have the darker version of things where, you know, what happens to cattle. You guys know what happens to cattle sometimes. And there's darker stuff than that with people that, I'm not gonna go into it. So, what is it? You know who I like a lot? Tom DeLonge. Tom DeLonge is another guy who's been ridiculed or whatever, and he had this theory of ancient civilizations and either like stuff like, he mentioned Atlantis. Like, I don't know about Atlantis, guys. So I do think they're definitely under our oceans, 100%. But he said that in Joe Rogan. I remember Joe Rogan was giving him so much crap. But throughout time, Tom DeLonge has been vindicated in a way. And people that I know have all said, yeah, man, dude was right. He was right in the sense like he was onto something, for sure. And to the point where the CIA got involved and started doing intel on him and seeing who the hell was talking to this guy because they were concerned. So what are Tom DeLonge's opinions? He's got, he talks about the secret program, like the Area 51, where we use people consciousness. We use consciousness to use this reverse engineering UFOs. Psionics. Jake talked about psionics and how, now this is very far-fetched, guys. Warning, this is far-fetched. In fact, we might just go into the part of my show where you can't hold it against me. Man, I forgot what I called it, but we're speculating here, right? That psionics could be possible, and if so, I don't know. It sounds so crazy. It sounds so crazy, but like these people are claiming that they can use their psychic abilities to lowering craft and communicate with them. This is the thing, guys. This is the thing. So, bear with me here. But Tom DeLonge talked about that, right? Like in remote viewing and all this stuff, and that he's got the name, the guy Alan, who pilots the craft. And Alan becomes psychic and becomes connected with this craft. He also talks about a deep cover-up and contractors being involved. There's the Jennifer is the fictional character, and she's the daughter of somebody very powerful, and her dad was murdered, and she takes over. I'm not gonna go into the whole book, guys, but this it's very interesting. It's very interesting. So, also, ancient civilizations, ancient gods. He goes into ancient gods and them having some sort of proxy war, which is what so hard to say. I don't know if it's ancient gods having a proxy war. That does seem like it's too much, but I do think there is some sort of conflicts of interest here. There is. Like, I think there's different agendas, and I don't know. That's why I want to know more about this dogfight. I want to know more about this dogfight because I've heard of that. I think I heard Ryan Graves on my podcast one time mention it. You guys know Ryan Graves is super conservative. on what he says, but he did mention it briefly, just in one podcast, and he didn't go into it. And that's one of these guys that knows definitely a lot more because people talk to him and trust him. And with the Jersey drones, there has also been rumors of this, but it's probably just, right, like our own technology. Like, I think that's what that is. I don't think it's UAP dogfighting, but I've heard a few stories, and I did see one video, but it's a drone, I think, that was taken down by UAP. So I'm so interested in that, guys. So interested in that, and I wish people could see the bigger picture and how ufology is its own worst enemy, man. I mean, you got Jeremy Corbell freaking out about Nancy Mace and making a scene. I like Corbell. I like his passion. I saw his documentary, though, and I'm like, bro, like, chill, dude, chill. Now, I will say this. It was pretty sus that they took his name out of that document. That is kind of sus, 100%. But, I don't know. I just think it was kind of a scene. You know, guys, you guys know this, right? Like, when you are in a situation, you got to deal with it appropriately, especially if you're a big voice. You can't just go out there and make a scene. And, like, although I do appreciate him telling his side of the story, like, and telling it, like, how he thinks it is. But, man, Corbell was kind of intense, dude. Like, I was seeing, like, that drama play out in Congress, and then I saw him go to Mike Rounds, dude. George Knapp, you cannot let Jeremy Corbell go to freaking the hill without you, bro. Like, straight up, like, you can't. Anyway, so I appreciate Jeremy Corbell, though. I do. I like his material, but like it was TMC did a terrible job too, like and intensifying and editing it and making it like it's almost easy to ridicule. Like, you know, like I can't show that to a freaking normie. I don't like using that word normie either. I mean, somebody who's not into this topic, they're gonna ridicule that, man. So yeah. I don't know where this topic's going, but I do know that it's intensifying. The mystery drones, I don't know if they're still out there, guys. I've been sky watching a lot, and I haven't seen anything in the last few weeks. I did hear some stories about, my ex-girlfriend was telling me that she was seeing a lot of strange stuff in the sky, and I went out there and looked, and I didn't see anything except like this military helicopter that was very close. But, so that's nothing, right? It's nothing anomalous. But, and she wasn't next to me or nothing when it happened. She was driving far away, so. But the mystery drones are important because that's the thing that could drive some sort of pressure, right? To disclose the truth. Or, I shouldn't say the truth, because I don't think the truth is going to be disclosed. Listen, Donald Trump said, Susie, look into the drones, huh? I don't think we'll have a straight answer on that, guys. I know that a lot of people think that, but what is Donald Trump gonna say? Please let me know your answers. Let's try. Let's forecast. Let's pretend that we can see, right, what's going on here, what will happen. What do you guys think is gonna be the report on that, or will we not get a report? That's probably what I think is gonna, actually, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know, but I don't think we're gonna get, it's aliens, you know? Because if you think about it, if it is NHI, which I think some of it might be, then you're gonna go into special access programs, or you're gonna go look into it and it's gonna be like, hey, it's not us, man. You know what that is? The UFO phenomenon. If they get the truth, right? Or it's not Russia or China. If that's not Russia or China, and it's not us, then what are you gonna say as president? The truth? You know what? Trump might do it, man. He might. See, guys, this is the thing, and this is I don't care about my opinions. I don't care about being wrong sometimes. I own it. And I don't care to say that I think we're making a mistake right now and that the story that Jake said is super credible. But the problem is that he did say a lot of things he can't prove. And that is what it is. It's a strange topic, and I don't know how we cross into the woo. And with evidence, like there's gonna be so much experimenting funding that goes in, that needs to go into it. And then you know what? The truth is the human capabilities are also part of this cover-up. Because if you are president, or if you're in power, not president, if you're in power, right, you don't want your average Joe to, let's say, remote viewing. That's it for secrets. Telepathy, that's it for secrets. I was watching the telepathy tapes, guys, with these children, and they can read their parents' thoughts. And I was thinking, holy shit, that is terrifying that my kids could read my thoughts. But then I was thinking, you know, if we could all be telepathic, the way would be an instant change, because we would be forced to be better people, because you would know what the other person is thinking, you know? Now, it would be a rough ride at first. That happens all of a sudden, which I don't think it would, because abilities like this, you have to work on them, you have to train, you have to do. It's not like one day, boom, you're telepath, we're all gonna be telepathic. No, that requires, first of all, I don't really know much about telepathy, but I do know a little bit about remote viewing and all that, and like you have to work and train and all that stuff. So yeah, that's something, but it's there. Those capabilities are there. For some reason, they're suppressed. Now, there's theories that, well, we don't need them to survive, so we don't need them to survive. Why use them, right? Like, because like at the end of the day, they're not going to really help us survive. It's evolution, you know? Now, some people, like Luazano says, like, oh, I think we might have had that a long time ago, but now we don't use it anymore. Maybe. I don't know. How the hell does he know? You know? But, yeah, those capabilities would be covered up because that's it for secrets. And the government, you know, the status quo that we're in, it's not going to be an easy change. And I think eventually the truth will slowly come out. But guys, paradigm shifts take sometimes 200 years, you know? So I think we're living through the beginnings of a paradigm shift, but I think it's going to be a very slow process. And that's cool. That's cool. If I could have any part on it, I wish the community would be a little less toxic. That's all, guys. I just want the community to be less toxic. Credible whistleblowers like this guy should be supported too. Should be supported, man. Because, like, he didn't say, right? Like, oh, 100%. It's this, that. I think it was the psionics team that did that. And I don't know if he went a little too far with that, but I do know that this topic is going to end up strange, and that's the bottom line. And I'm starting to repeat myself, guys. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to do my little golf simulator thing here today, right now. And you guys have a great day. Adios.